Okay, I'm going to make a Recaudo sauce. It is a base sauce for a lot of Mexican soups and stews and meat marinades and everything. So I'm going to show you how to make it today. And this is what you'll need. You'll need 4 to 5 chile ancho, about 2 or 3 guajillo peppers, 5 to 7 of these chiles de árbol, or Japanese peppers. They're the little red hot ones. Some, I think they sell as Thai chilies here in the United States, but they're these little guys right here. You need 6 cloves of garlic with their skin on. You need 1 teaspoon of cumin, whole cumin seeds, 1 teaspoon of oregano. You need 2 peppercorns, and sorry, that's not peppercorns. This is the peppercorns, and it's a teaspoon of peppercorns. Then you need 2 cloves and a half of an star anise. And then you will need some annatto, or as it is also known, this paste, achiote paste. So I have some dry achiote here, and I'm gonna toss it into this little bowl, and then I'm gonna put 3 tablespoons of white vinegar over that and start it soaking, because you want to soak that in that, and that's going to be for our sauce. And then finally you have salt to taste and plain chicken broth. So I have a couple of cups here ready to go, and the first thing I have to do is fry my peppers. Now with these dry peppers, the first thing that you want to try to do is to get rid of the seeds inside and take off the stem as well. And some peppers, that will be easier to do than others. This one, it's pretty hard. So what we're going to do is we'll fry them, and then once they're fried, we're going to boil them. We're going to put them in some boiling hot water to steep and soften up, and then we'll get those seeds and those stems out. But we're going to start by frying these guys. Now you notice with these guajillo peppers, you don't want to leave them in too long. If these things get blackened, they get bitter. So you just want to quick dip, and you'll notice the color change right away. And then grab another pepper, put it in the hot oil. You get some puffing. This does kind of soften them a little. And just continue that with all your peppers. Okay. My oil was not quite hot enough before, but it is now. So you'll see how it starts to puff up. Okay, big difference, right? Look at that. Look at that pepper. Big ancho pepper. Went from being a scraggly thing like this, and then it puffs all the way up. Watch it grow and transform. You gotta be really careful with these to get them out right, fast. Look how big that got. Giant. There's another one. These can pop, and they can actually explode if you don't get them out in time, like a balloon. So you really, you know, I keep my tongs ready to go. You can hear the seeds in there. Just the residual heat on that from the oil. See how it bubbles up? Okay. I got another guajillo. And watch how it changes colors. Ah! See how it changed colors on us? Okay, for this last part, I'm going to try and do here is put this in here and then drop these guys in there. Just kind of shake them in the oil like that, and they'll get like a bright orange color. And now they're ready to go in the water to boil. Now I'm going to take, got some water getting close to boiling. Oh, will you grab that pepper for me? I lost one here. And we're going to put these peppers into the water. And then I'm going to put this. Oh, this is working just fine. Oops. Give me the mano, please. This is the weight, the hand mortar from my mortar and pestle, my heavy hand here, and we'll put it on top so that it holds the peppers down. Maybe more on this side, I don't know. Okay, now we'll let that boil. You want to let this go for about 10 to 15 minutes until everything is soft. Okay, this is a comal. This is my comal. It's just a hot plate, so if you don't have one of these, you can use a pan or a hot plate. And we're going to toast our different spices. So I'm going to start here by throwing out the star anise and the cloves and the cinnamon onto the comal. And we're also going to put our cumin seed and our peppercorns in here and get them all aromatic. It smells wonderful already. You want to let these burn, but you do want to make them nice and aromatic. This side of the hot plate is cool, so I can just move them down and then collect them once they've cooled. Just for a moment. Star anise could use a little bit longer. These cumins are and even our oregano. This releases the oils. And now I have to take these. Let's turn our stove off. I have to take these and grind them all up in my little molcajete. This one is my spice grinder. You see I have some achiote in there. This is the achiote that's still steeping in that vinegar from earlier. So it's just one of the ingredients that we're using in our dish. Doesn't matter if there's a little bit of it still in here. And we're going to put all our spices in here. And then once you've got everything in here, you want to grind it up and get everything until it is a fine powder. You can see I've already smashed them down a bit, and keep smashing them. You don't have to use whole cloves and whole anything. You can use ground spices to do this, and you would have to about take half of the spices out if you're using ground instead. But you should smell the way my kitchen smells right now. I mean, the aromatics and the flavor that you're going to get out of making this from the whole spices is a lot better. Oh, it's almost a fine powder at this point. Thanks for helping me. Duke is helping me grind this. It's hard to film this process with two hands and grind at the same time. We're almost there. Look at that grinding action. I'm also putting on the stove these garlic cloves, which we're going to leave with the skin on, and we're just going to char them a bit. Okay, I think these are ready to go. So I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to grab these peppers, take them out. We can remove this. Ooh, hot. And then take the peppers out of here. What else we got in here? Don't leave anybody behind. So now I have to go ahead and remove these stems. Nemo, can you help me for a second?
Yeah.
This is hard to show.
You're back.
Will you hold this camera here?
Holding here.
Hard to pull these out. I just used two, and then you see they come right out. Now I can take the seeds out. Oops. That's okay. We'll just get them rinsed out real good. You see they're completely soft now, the peppers. So again, you grab the little core. Oops. And you pull it out. And there, all those seeds and water come right out of there. Got another one in here. That off, and Remember I told you some of these you can't get the seeds out until after you've, and the stems off until after you've boiled them because they're not soft enough to remove. And even this is not the easiest thing in the world. There we go. Finally! Now you can see in the water there how all the seeds came out. See the seeds are floating in there? Okay, so now we can transfer these over to our food processor. Stick them in here. All those peppers. Don't miss any of them. And we'll leave that, we're going to leave them in here till I add everything else that we're going to be blending to make our Recaudo sauce. Now, the garlic has been roasting. You can see it's got little black burn marks on it and stuff. I'm going to go ahead and take those guys off of there. And I'm going to transfer them to this little plate. Let them cool for a minute before I remove the skin. And then we're going to add it to this, the chilies in the food processor, waiting for us. I think these are cool enough to peel now. I'm going to attempt to peel them. Ooh. Okay, now we can throw these in here, and we're going to add all of our spices from our molcajete that we had already previously ground up. Can I get a little hand here, Nemo? I don't want to leave any spices in here, so I'm. You hold this? Hold. It's really hard to hold the molcajete at the same time. Now I'm going to stick the vinegar and this annatto, achiote as we call it. I want to make sure I get all of it out of there. So, spoon. Put that in here as well. And finally, we're going to add a couple of cups of chicken broth. Normally I would just eyeball it, but I'm trying to be more precise. Thank you. Okay, thanks, Nemo. Now I'm going to go ahead and blend this. Oh God, why did it do that?
You don't have a stopper on it.
Huh?
You don't have a stopper on it, do you? Or does it?
What are you talking about, stopper?
The thing that you... Oh, it does. Okay, well then I don't know why it's
squirted
leaking.
off the sides.
Oh, it's kind of liquidy. Yeah, that's gonna be,
I'm not liking this.
No.
Why is it doing that? It's never really done that before.
No, but maybe it's too much liquid.
Yeah, That's not a thing that happens.
It totally is. It wouldn't start without everything being locked into place, and it's not liquid tight. And most of the
You
time,
know what I'm gonna do?
I think you're gonna have to use something
Hold on,
else.
pause it.
Pause it. Any weight loss?
Okay. Ready?
Going.
So now we got this in a pretty. I would recommend to not put the liquid in until the end. I guess. Probably get this into a paste first,
Any weight loss?
and then once this is done, once you get this all incorporated and blended, you're going to have to run it through a strainer. Wait a second.
Lux, leave that alone. Wait. Now, normally I would not have made this in a food processor, but instead in a blender. Fortunately though, I broke my blender. My glass blender smashed into pieces. And so I'm waiting for a replacement, which is why I'm using this, but I would recommend using a blender instead, and you will not have as much of a mess. So I'm pouring all of this into a strainer. This is your recaudo sauce. You can marinate meats in it. You can add it to your hamburger meat. You can add it to your chicken. You can add it to your base for your soup or your stew. And that's what I'm going to do because I am making caldo de puerco with this recaudo, which will make it more like a mole de olla style. And if you don't know what those things are, then they're Mexican dishes. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a ceramic spoon, like this one, oops, and I'm going to
strain this. The skins of the peppers, of the guajillo peppers, can be harsh on your stomach. So we don't want the skins of those peppers that we just blended to end up in our final sauce, or the seeds. You can see it coming out on the other side there. And you want to strain every little bit of it like this. It's kind of a tedious process, but it's worth it. And when I have it done, I'll come back and I'll show you.